Hey everybody. Hi guys. um I probably won't be staying on too long, guys, but I am not feeling well at all. I'm not feeling well at all. I think I got the bug or whatever. Somebody that was on the bus was sneezing and coughing. I think I got whatever they got. Yesterday it started off with me having an allergic reaction to my sister's cleaning up and all that stuff, and now it's like a head cold now. So I'm gonna be resting this weekend. So my head just feel like I'm underwater right now. That's why I didn't come on earlier today. And I said, let me just go and come on. Thank you, RK, for the music introduction compliment. Thank you. I wanted to show you guys the attorneys that's working the case. I know you guys don't get a chance to see who it is, only get to see only a few of them. So I'm going to show you all the attorneys that work in the case, as well as the USA attorney, so you guys can get familiar who's who when they're doing the cross examination. Thank you guys. Thank you for the well wishes. Thank you. But hopefully, I'll kick it out soon because it's all in my head. So, I did do a little slide to just show you and give you a little bit background information on those individual. This is just for FYI purposes, and nothing really big deal. But a lot of people don't know who's who. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to show you who's who. That's to help us to differentiate who's who. Okay. All right. I'm going to start off with his lead attorney. Hold on a second. Okay, this is Mark Agnifilo. I think that's how you say his name. Mark Agnifilo. That is the lead attorney. And as far as his background, he is oh gosh, my throat is itching too. Mark has won several acquittals, right? And he has worked on a lot of complex cases. He the complex and difficult cases that has been tried in the federal courts. His expertise is international tax fraud to politics corruption, right? He has tried over 200 cases in the past 30 years of his career, and he usually is hired for federal and state for the complex cases. Diddy's case is considered a complex case because the state is the feds is charging him with a RICO, and it's a one person RICO, so he has to go into his bag of magic and try to figure out how to maneuver around this type of case. Okay, he practices out of New York and New Jersey and some other countries. Okay, so that is Mr. Mark Agnifilo. Okay, that is him. The next person we have, and Mark is one of the lead attorney on the case. Okay. The next person we have is Alexandra Shapiro. She is another lead attorney in this case. Alexandria's background, she's one of the partners of one of the lawyer firm that's part of Diddy's case. Well, her background is she is one of the most nation leading appellate lawyer. She's good in appeals court. She does a lot of high profile white collar defenses for them. She has won appellate reversals so many criminal and civil cases, right? And the victory included 2 Supreme Court decision narrowing, which is the Senatili versus United States, and Perscoco versus United States. Those was a Second Circuit ruling that she was granted a reversal and acquittal for and a new trial for her client. Okay, she has over 20 years experience in the Supreme Court. Um, she's an expert trial lawyer. She began her career over 30 years ago. She was one of the Justice Ruth Bader first clerk. She was a clerk at the Supreme Court. Okay. What else about her? What else did they say about her? She works, she practices in New York, the state of New York, and she's also serves as the president of the Defense Lawyer Council of, oh Lord. And she received a couple of honors in her position. For defense of liberty and the preservation of individuals' rights. So she's pretty powerful, and she's excellent in the appeals court. That is Alexandra Shapiro. The next attorney he has is Anna Maria Estivo. Esteveo. Um, Anna remember, she is the one that did the cross examination of Cassie. Remember that? She was the one that did a cross examination of Cassie. Um, with her background is she is the, let's see what it says here. She has handled a wide range of complex cases, right? She defends individual and businesses against accusations of mail fraud, wire fraud, tax fraud, bank fraud, money laundering, healthcare fraud, sexual assault, exploitation, immigration related issues, and also other serious crimes. She has tried in federal court. She is a federal lawyer as well as a state lawyer. She has expertise with respect to restitution and forfeiture. So that this is one of the things that they're looking for with Diddy's case. They're looking for forfeitures. So that means they're looking for money at the end if they win that Diddy has to put out to the government. Okay, but she's very good at that, and she has also has helped her clients not pay out all that money. She's good at that. Okay. All right. So the next person we have is of course, Mr. Brian Steele. You guys know him from the YSL case. Mr. Brian Steele is what you call a lawyer that has so much integrity. Mr. Steele, one of the things they talked about, Mr. Steele does not use foul language. He is very disciplined. He's an excellent appellate lawyer as well. His percentage rate is 45%, which is not bad for someone who fights for overturning of their clients' cases. So Mr. Steele is an excellent appellate attorney as well as a lawyer that a lot of celebrities seek out because of his experience. But the well-known case that he has had is the YSL, which he has gained notoriety on that. And a lot of people was like, well, he didn't win for Young Thug because Young Thug still has a record now. He's a convicted felon, and he has 15 years of probation. That's not a win, guys. Jeffrey was facing life in prison without possibility of parole. He had he had cases on him, and he was seen as the leader of an organized crime of gang charges, right? He was the leader of the racketeering and stuff. And what happened? He was sent home. He was sent home, and also Once he complete the first 5 years, his thing could be wiped out. He could be, back to normal. So it's a win. And even though Mr. Steele tried to get him not to take the deal, but he took it anyway, and they did a non-negotiated plea deal, which the judge is the one had to render the decision. So it was a win because Jeffrey was looking to go home and he went home. So to him, it was a win. Okay? So that's Mr. Steele. The next attorney we have for Diddy is Mr. Jason Anthony Dusco. Dusco. I don't know how to say his name, but he is the attorney that is on Diddy's case. He practices. He focuses on litigation, right? He is part of the Shapiro's law firm. He represents individuals and corporation both on civil and criminal proceedings, right? Jason was previously the clerk for a federal district judge in the Southern District of New York. So he's really well versed on the tactics and the structure of the Southern District Court. So he's very familiar how they do things in that district, right? He handles white collar crimes, and he's part of the committee of the New York Bar Association for white collar crime. Okay, so he knows the inside of the Southern District Court. So that is Mr. Jason Dusco. Okay, the next person we have is Teny Greckos. You know who she is. She is the daughter of Mark Greckos, right? Greckos. Um, she is partner. She's a partner in the law firm, and her background. She is what you call a pit bull in the skirt, right? That's what they call them. She is the founder of that law firm. Um, she is also she's been in that practice for 8 years, right? She successfully defended a wide range of criminal matters, including sex assaults, which is one of the things that Diddy is being charged with. Um, she's the prince. Hold on. She's also, well, her whole thing is basically sexual conduct, misconduct, and things like that. She focuses on those type of things: sexual harassment, sexual assault, all those things. She is one of the lawyer violence against individuals. She helps them navigate between in the police reports and cooperating with the law enforcement investigation. Teny has led an internal investigation, including construction and healthcare industry. So she works with that industry as well. Okay, that is Teny. All right, our next attorney is, of course, Nicole Westmoreland. You guys know her from YSL. She was the individual who represented not two of the YSL, not just one RSL, but two. She started off representing Mr. Nichols, and Mr. Nichols was represented by her as well as Mr. Bruce Harvey. And then she moved over to Mr. Yagati on his case, and they end up helping him to become free from the free world charges that was placed against him, and they gave him a pretty decent deal. So that's Nicole Westmoreland, and a lot of people was trying to find out why didn't she cross-examine Cassie, and I don't know why. And a lot of people said that she was going to cross-examine her because of her background with her situation with one of the rappers. I won't mention his name, but there was a case against that, and she basically filed charges against them for SA. Okay, so that is Nicole Westmoreland. The next attorney is Mr. Jonathan Bach. Jonathan Bach is the most newest individual who joined the team, and he is also a partner with in the Greckos. I think Shapiro. Hold on. He is one of the nation leading trial lawyer. He has been practicing over 30 years and handled several high profile cases, both criminal and civil, right? He has a reputation of being a prominent lawyer in Wall Street professional. Okay, um, he's also entertainment figures. He handles a lot of high profile entertainers, right? Um, he was the past president of the New York Council of Defense Lawyers, and he focuses practice on white collar crime and complex business litigation. That's what he's known for. Okay. He is also he's a Fortune 500 leading litigation attorney. He has a long history and recognition in the chambers of U.S. law firm, lawyers of America. Okay. He also represent people domestically and in foreign countries. So they didn't mention what foreign country he has litigated for his client, but he is also an attorney that can practice in another country. That is great, isn't it? Um, he also has done a brief for the United States Supreme Court and testified before the Senate, the Judicial Committee. He has testified in front of them. So he has some experience with that. That is Mr. Jonathan Bach. Anybody got any questions so far of what I have shared with you guys thus far? Anybody have any question? Okay. It ain't gonna work. Even if you give me enunciation of how to say the word, I'm still gonna screw it up. All right. Next person is Mr. Xavier Robert Donaldson. Now, his background is pretty interesting because he's bringing a different flavor to this team. His flavor is more on the prosecution side because he used to be a DA, assistant DA in the Bronx. He was assistant DA in the Bronx, but he moved over to the defense side, and I guess he likes defending people. So that is his background, Mr. Xavier Donaldson. That is his background. He's also a professor, and he's a speaker as well as a crisis manager. Right? He's a law professor, y'all. So he teaches law. He teaches law. Not only does he practice it, he teaches it in school. Shout out to Mr. Xavier. He was on the prosecution side originally. All right, our next individual is Miss Linda Moreno. Okay, we have done all 8 attorneys. Now we're getting into individuals that are helping out on the side that gives some advice, some counsel advice on certain things. She is an expert at picking jurors. She has the expertise of picking jurors. Her background tells you that the jurors that she has picked out has helped her um the lawyers who was fighting cases to win based on her advisement of who to pick during the jury. She knows how to recognize different jurors, and so she is pretty good at that. She's a juror consultant. That's what she is. She was very instrumental in picking the jury that ended up acquitting Ali Adrian of all 8 counts and deadlocking on the remaining 9 counts. So eventually he struck a deal after admitting to a single count. But she was the one that was instrumental of that. And he was like a spy, and he was deported back to Turkey. But this was back in 2015. But she is the one that that helped him to get that type of half acquittal, I would say. But she is the one. That case brought her nation attention, national attention, for the skills and her how to she dissected the jurors and which jurors to pick and based on their backgrounds and stuff like that. And so she played an essential key to picking the right jury. So that's what her role was in Diddy's case this time around too. So she's a consultant of picking jurors. And of course, our last person is Mr. Mark. You know who he is. He is the attorney for people like Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, and some others. He's a high profile litigation attorney, trial attorney, and he has worked on a lot of heavy cases, and he is known for that. But he is more of an advisor on the Diddy's case. So you remember the judge had kind of like shut him down a little bit because the prosecutors were complaining about him talking about certain thing, and he was on some podcast with the guy from TMZ. You remember that? So the judge had to shut him down, put a muzzle on his mouth a little bit. So that is him. So this is the team that Mr. Combs have picked out for himself. So any question? Any question? Any question? Hey, T Lounge, how are you? Okay, now we're gonna go on to we can't do one side without doing the other side, right? Some of you guys don't know that there has the Southern District of New York has attorneys as well. I didn't do too much of their background, but I do have who they are and what they look like, so you guys could get a feel of who's talking and who playing what position and what. Okay, now I did not do much of their background because it was pretty hard to find their background information, but here they are. Okay. All right, now we have the lead. This is SS. I wanted you guys to have that information. Sorry, y'all. I'm suffering right now because my breathing. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Being out in the rain and all the nasty people on the train, the buses, and I put on my mask the last day, but it was a little too late because that lady was behind me. She was coughing and sneezing, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, this lady gonna, So that's what happened. So now let's go ahead and take a look of the other side, the Southern District attorneys. Okay. All right, here we go. There's 6 ladies here. First one she is the lead. This is Emily Ann Johnson. You remember her? She is the one that was just recently she did the examination of the last guy that was there, Mr. What's his name? What's that man name? Kid Cudi? Yeah, she did Kid Cudi. Okay, I think she did. Yeah, I think she's the blonde one that did it. That's Emily. She is the lead attorney on this one. The next person we have is Maureen Ryan Comey. You know he is Comey's daughter. You know the one that Trump cannot stand? That's his daughter right here. All right, that's his child. The next person we have is Madison Reddick Smizer. That is the other attorney that's on the case. Then we have Miss Mary Christine Slavic. That is the next attorney we have. These are the 6 women that are on the Southern District Attorney's office that is going against Diddy. Okay, then we have Mitzi Snyder. Mitzi Snyder. That is who we have there. And then we have, last but not least, we have Olga Verroix. Verroix. Verowicz. Zavarowicz. That is Olga. She is the last one on there. And then there's also Miss Forster. Remember, Miss Forster is the one that be holding the I didn't have her picture because she's not an attorney on that. She's just the one that does more of the changing the slides and stuff like that, putting exhibits up and things like that. She's not the actual attorney that does any kind of litigation or anything like that. So those are the people that is part of the case that is working on it. Okay. Now, some of you guys had asked me in regarding to what Diddy is being charged with, right? He has 5 counts, y'all. 5 counts. And we're going to go over those 5 counts. Do y'all want to go over them or you okay? I can't even breathe, y'all. I'm going to go to sleep early and then wake up because Dallas is coming in. I got to get a lot of rest before Tuesday. Because, rest helps you to get rid of a head cold. So I need to rest. All right, Denver said yes. Okay, let's go ahead on and bring this up for y'all. Hold on a second, y'all. I know, and I sound terrible because I feel terrible. I feel terrible. Me too. I want to feel better too. It's just my head, Denver. My head is hurting so bad. Y'all hear it in my throat and everything, right? My head feel like I'm underwater. But I wanted to come on and just give y'all something today. Because I've been laying down all day. But my head is hurting. I just hope I don't have a fever. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and rest. Because my head is hurting a lot right now. So, but I wanted to give you guys that info on those people. So now when you hear them talking, or you can go back and reference back to what I have given to you guys a little bit on what these attorneys are, who they are, and things like that. So you guys get a chance to see who it is that's talking. Yeah, thank you guys. Good night. I appreciate you guys understanding that I cannot stay on too long. Yeah, because I don't feel well. But good night, everybody. Love you guys. Thank you again. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. You guys have a blessed night. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. Good night.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With minds by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment